Next stop is Chicago, Rob Ninkovich's hometown, and we're talking about the Bears. They've had quarterback questions at this point for roughly 101 years, and the answer is Deshaun Watson. Not that man, not Dak Prescott. The Bears have to trade for Deshaun Watson. They need to be on the phone right now. Here's the way this thing works. Ryan Pace needs to be on the phone with Nick Caserio, and he needs to say the following. I know you're holding fast to this idea that you're not going to trade Deshaun Watson, but let's face it. I know, and in your heart, you know, you're ultimately going to have to. So before all these other teams playing musical chairs wind up finding their guy, here's my best offer. I'm going to make you an offer with which you save some degree of face. Let's make this deal. I get the quarterback I need, and you get what you need in return in order to start the rebuilding process right now. To me, it makes sense. Rob Ninkovich, a Chicago kid, what do you think?
It makes perfect sense. Chicago, if they had a guy of that caliber, they'd be division champs. They'd win the division. I think that they would. With that defense that they have, under Nagy, they've been a top 5 defense. They've been a bottom of the league offense. What have they been missing? Leadership at the quarterback position. If you get Deshaun Watson, guess what? He changes that. Your defense is more confident because not only do they have to just go out there and get the ball back to the offense, they can tell each other, look, hey guys, we don't need to score. We don't need to score points. Last year we had to score points. This year, let's just get the ball to the offense because they're going to score. So Chicago, do whatever you got to do. Call up Houston, give them whatever they want, and Houston, get rid of them because if you hold on to them, it's just going to be a big problem, and it's going to get into the training camp, and the rest of the team's going to experience just the negativity of all that.
It's an interesting thought, Canty. Again, you played on the defensive side as well. The way that defense might benefit from the acquisition of Deshaun Watson. Every now and again, you look at them and they look deflated because they know they're doing it sometimes, it seems, almost by themselves. Do you agree with Deshaun Watson on the Bears? Are they a better team than the Green Bay Packers next year?
No, I'm not going to go that far, but I think they're set up to have more success than the Green Bay Packers over the next 3 to 5 seasons, and that's what you're thinking about if you're general manager Ryan Pace. So to me, it makes all the sense in the world to try to go out and be aggressive and see if you can make this deal happen because GM Ryan Pace and head coach Matt Nagy, they don't have the luxury of time. They almost got fired at the end of last year, so they have to have some urgency about how they address that quarterback spot. That's the missing piece for the Chicago Bears. I think Deshaun Watson makes them a playoff team in 2021, but it sets them up to be a championship contender in future seasons.
At the end of the day, I want your take on the premise that I'm setting up here, which is that while I know the Texans continue to tell everyone publicly that they're not going to trade him, is the belief around the league and the people that you talk to that eventually they will recognize they have to and he will be dealt before the draft?
Yes, that's the people around the league are operating under, Greeny, because they don't believe that if the Texans don't trade Deshaun Watson, he'll just show up and work. They wonder if the Texans don't trade Deshaun Watson, whether he'll even show up at all. And the only thing worse, if you're Nick Caserio, than having to trade Deshaun Watson is not trading him and not have him on your roster at all, having him sit out. So I'm going to take your plan one step further. Ryan Pace, the Bears GM, needs to relocate office headquarters from Chicago to Houston and just camp out outside of NRG Stadium until he has a deal in place with Nick Caserio for Deshaun Watson, because the Bears need to win this year. They understand that jobs are on the line in 2021. And if somebody has a better option, an option period, to make the Bears better at quarterback, I'd love to hear it because I can't find it at the time.
Yeah, they said the other day, all possibilities, all options are on the table. There should only be one. It should be Deshaun Watson, and they should do everything they can to go and get him. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.